Hey, what's up? It's Karen San Diego, and I am now officially 1 year post-op. I have been waiting 12 months to say that. I cannot believe that I'm actually here 1 year post-op. And I'd like to start off by just saying what an amazing journey this has been so far. I know that the journey is only just beginning. It doesn't stop at 1 year by no means. But this has been such an amazing, transformational year for me. And when I say transformational, I'm talking about so much more than just my physical appearance. My body has transformed, but also my mind, the way that I think, the way that I think about myself, the way that I speak about myself, my confidence, like the list goes on and on of all the amazing things that have changed for me in this year. Like if you are on Instagram or TikTok, they have that reel that's like, you think you could change your life in just a year? Well, you better sit back and get some popcorn and watch me do it. That one, I feel like that one is so true for me. Like I would have never guessed that so much could change in just 1 year. But yet here we are. This time last year when I was getting my surgery, I was 273 pounds. I was remarkably unhappy, like to a dangerous level. Like I was not okay mentally at all. I had gotten to a place where I was really just ashamed of how far I had let myself go, and that was triggering every sort of bit of anxiety and depression in me. And I was struggling. For lack of better words, I was struggling. And I had just gotten to this point where I just knew that in order to change, I was going to need to do something major. This wasn't going to be, oh, let me just go on another diet. No, this is going to have to be a major change that was going to be the last change. It was going to be the thing. And for me, VSG was the thing to really turn my life around. And I get asked a lot, like, do you regret anything? Do you regret doing this? Absolutely not. Still to this day, this was the best decision that I could have ever made in my entire life. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this. I just don't know. I just don't know where I would be if it wasn't for this journey, honestly. As far as changes go for this month, from month 11 to 12, not much has actually changed. I do have some things written down here as far as changes, but not much has actually changed. Some like highlights for this month is I did a photo shoot, my first ever photo shoot. I did a photo shoot for my 1 year post-op. You follow me on Instagram and TikTok, you've probably already seen the pictures. But I did a photo shoot, and the reason I did this wasn't just to get content, which of course it also did get content for my social media, but the purpose of this photo shoot was to just celebrate myself, celebrate my confidence, feel good about myself, get to like just have that moment of just being pampered. I had my makeup done as well by an amazing makeup artist. I'll have her details tagged as well. My photographer was great. He's actually a friend of mine. And everything about that photo shoot was just amazing. I was really nervous going into it because I never did anything like that before. But it was just something that I definitely, if you have done this journey and you're a year post-op, I definitely recommend doing this to celebrate yourself. Just taking a moment to really just be all about you and your vanity. To me, it felt good, and it was the perfect way to celebrate this accomplishment, in my opinion. I'll also include the pictures right here. So these are how the pictures turned out, and I'm in love with them. I was looking at the pictures like, who is that? Who is that girl? Like for a little bit, I didn't even recognize myself because I had never seen myself in professional photography. So yeah, these are the pictures from the photo shoot. As well as booking my own photo shoot. So the first photo shoot I did was paid for by me. I planned it, I hired everyone, I booked the space, booked the photographer, everything. Then my bariatric center reached out to me, and they did another photo shoot with me. And their photo shoot and video shoot, so it's photo and video, and they're using that for promo on their website. So I thought that was really cool, and it was just to me kind of like an indicator of my success, being that they want to use me for their website as a success story. So that made me feel really good, and was really just some validation for me that like, yeah, like my progress is being noticed. My bariatric center wants to use me on their website to show like what can come of the surgery. So it made me feel really good about myself. And the fact that it came in the same week of me reaching 1 year post-op, Like, it could not have been more perfect timing in my opinion. So yeah, those two things happened this month. Also, as far as changes for this month, one weird change, because this is something that I expected to happen earlier in my journey, more so maybe when I lost like the first 60 pounds or something. But this month, month 12, my feet shrunk. And I've been asked this question in almost every single Q&A. People ask me, did your feet shrink? I heard your feet shrink. And I'm like, no, my feet didn't shrink. I would actually love them to shrink a little bit, but they didn't. Now my feet have shrunk officially. They have went down almost a full like size and a half, technically a size. Before surgery, I was a size like 9.5, 10 in shoes. And now I'm wearing like an 8.5, 9. So it's just like out of nowhere. Like I had the only reason that I recognize this is for the photo shoot. I wanted to buy some gold shoes. So I ended up in the photo shoot, I wore pink shoes because I had those already. And those were shoes that were kind of snug before. I've never worn them before. But I wanted gold shoes. So I bought gold shoes. And when I buy heels, I always buy them in a 10. Bought the 10, or I would buy a 10 or a 9.5. I bought two pairs of gold shoes, both in a 10, and they were so big. Like, there was no way they could fit. And I'm like, what? Like, since when? So then I also, for the photo shoot, I took some other pictures that I haven't released yet. And for those, I was wearing gym clothes. And in the gym clothes, I needed green sneakers. So I went out and bought green sneakers. I asked for a 9, didn't fit. I had to buy those in an 8. And I never buy shoes in an 8. So I'm like, what is happening? Like, my feet have definitely shrunk a full size this month for whatever reason. Maybe it's the fact that I work out now. I told you before I wasn't really a gym girl. Now I've been a gym girly. So maybe going to the gym is what did it. I don't know. But my feet shrunk. And I think that's very weird. But I'm not complaining because I like small feet. Not that 8.5 is small, but you know what I'm saying. Next thing, this one, I don't know if I brought it up in my last video, in my last update, but something that I've talked about in almost all of my updates has been hemorrhoids, and that's because hemorrhoids have been terrorizing me, and I've gotten a hemorrhoid every time I poop since I was like 3 months post-op. Like, as soon as I started using the bathroom again, it was hemorrhoid city. Every single time I used the bathroom, I was getting a hemorrhoid, and I didn't know what to do about it. Well, now they're gone with the thanks of probiotics. Or is it prebiotics? I think it's probiotics. Well, both, technically. Because I drink a probiotics a lot of the time. I like Poppy. That's a prebiotic. And then for probiotics, I have pills. So I take them from Berry Life. And those, as soon as I started, maybe like a week after I religiously was taking my probiotics, no hemorrhoids. No hemorrhoids, using the bathroom regularly, normal bowel movements, no hemorrhoids. Everything is good in that department. So if you're not taking any probiotics, I highly recommend them. And I specifically recommend the Berry Life ones only because when I was earlier on in my journey, my nutritionist had actually suggested I take a probiotic because I was talking about the problems I had been having. And I tried taking one before and it did nothing. But this one from Berry Life, she's that girl because literally works like a charm. It fixed everything when it comes to my problems in the bathroom. Next, as far as changes, on the day I hit 1 year post-op, you'll see this in I talk about it anyway in a what I eat in a day that didn't come out yet. But on that day, I went and got a massage. It's another thing I did to celebrate myself because I'm always complaining about my back. Ever since I had my daughter and got my epidural, I've had pretty bad back pain. So I wanted to get a massage just to, you know, pamper myself a little bit. And I went and got a deep tissue massage, which I've done before. But I've always said that massages do nothing for me. Like, they don't work because I always felt like I never really felt the pressure, even with deep tissue massages. But I went and got this massage. This is my first massage since losing weight. I didn't know that I was missing out on a real massage. Like, I didn't know that the extra weight was causing me to not really feel the massage in the way that I should feel the massage. Like, why didn't nobody tell me that? Because I had no clue that extra weight was going to make a massage not feel as, like, pressured as it could. Because as soon as that man started massaging my back, literally, I felt everything to the point where I had to tell him to put a little bit less pressure. And I never say that. I'm always like, more pressure, because I can't feel it. But this massage was so intense that that thing hurt after a little bit. And I've never felt that way from a massage. So I think losing weight has impacted my ability to feel pressure in my back. So massages are better now. A win is a win. And next on my list, I have loose skin update. So with my loose skin, if you watch my Instagram, I even have done it on here before. I talk about my loose skin on my arms. There has been zero improvement in that. Loose skin on my boobs, zero improvement in that. However, my loose skin on my stomach, I feel like has improved with going to the gym. I'm gonna try to just stand up and show you real quick. I have on a dress, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but let me just lift up. So this is the loose skin on my stomach now. As you can see, it's still very wrinkly, but as far as like hangover, like it's very, very minimal. Like in the video I had did on Instagram, I literally was like picking up my stomach to show my loose skin. And now I'm trying to get as high as I can without like exposing myself. And yes, I do have a pretty hairy stomach, so just ignore that. But hangover, this is it. Let me just put it there. So this hanging over my underwear here, that's all that is hanging now as far as my loose skin. I'm gonna stand this way. So yeah, that is literally it as far as loose skin. So I feel like as I continue to go hard in the gym and be consistent, I don't think I'm gonna get a tummy tuck. I think that my stomach will always be a little bit wrinkly, but I think I'm okay with that because I don't know, like for me, my stomach is really my battle scars. I could change my mind in the future and decide to get a tummy tuck later, but at this point, I don't think I want a tummy tuck. I think I'm perfectly fine with my stomach being a little bit wrinkly, especially because it's not really hanging like that. And I feel like if I wear something that has just a little bit of tummy control, like bikinis that have like a little bit of a thicker waistband, I think I'm fine. So I don't think I'm gonna be getting a tummy tuck, but I did start talking to my doctor about plastics. So we talked about a breast lift, and she's pretty confident that we can get my breast lift covered by insurance because I get a lot of like, what do you call them? I guess like boils or pimples, something underneath my boob because the skin is just hanging there. So because of that, she said that she believes that I can be able to get that covered by insurance. But the arms, she doesn't think she can get covered by insurance because there's a lot of loose skin, but it's not really something that is impairing me in any way, at least not yet. So it's looking like I might get my boobs covered by insurance and then have to come out of pocket for my arms. And as of right now, I think those are the only two things I will be doing as far as plastics. I also do have a pretty good amount of loose skin on my legs, the same as before. That hasn't changed. But that again too, I think I need to step it up in the gym a little bit too with the squats and things like that. And I'll report back on how that journey goes. If anything, maybe I have to get a lower abdominal lift, I think is what it's called. But not abdominal, lower body lifts, I think is what it's called. I'm not against plastics. Like I'll do anything that's gonna make me feel comfortable, but I'm not gonna change anything just for the sake of changing it. So if something is really bothering me, I'm down to change it. But like my stomach doesn't bother me, my legs right now don't bother me, but my arms and my boobs, those bother me. So that I'm definitely gonna do. I'm hoping in the near future. So of course I'll keep you updated as that happens. But yeah, in the near future, my boobs and my arms, that skin gotta go. Along the lines of going to the doctor, so I went to my doctor on Saturday. That's where we were talking about plastics. But something my doctor also told me that I thought was really good. We did blood work, and since the appointment was just on Saturday, I'm not getting my blood work back until this Friday. So I'll update you guys in the next video about my blood work and how all of that's looking. But one thing she was able to do in the office was my blood pressure. So she said that when I was there last, my blood pressure was pretty high. It was 145/90 when I was there before surgery, because the last time I had been to my PCP was before surgery. I went back, this is my annual. And then now I went from 145/90 to my current blood pressure is 112/70. And even my doctor was like, whoa, like that is a drastic difference to go from like being like on the high side to being on the very low side. So that was great. I don't even think it had registered in my mind at the time that my blood pressure was high. Because I didn't even know that I was considered to have high blood pressure. It isn't surprising because of my weight and family genetics and stuff like that, but it's good to know that it was high and that now it's low and I'm in a very healthy range now. So once I get my blood work back, I'll share with you guys more about what all my stats are looking, you know, my hormone levels, my glucose levels, all of that kind of stuff. I'll share all of that with you once I get my blood work back. But for now, I know that my blood pressure is not high anymore. It's actually pretty low. Sticking with the medical theme, but something that is not as fun is because last month, I told you guys in my last month's update that I got sick. And while I was sick, I wasn't really eating. I wasn't taking my vitamins really well last month. And that kind of wreaked havoc on my body. A lot of things happened. But something that I noticed this month because of my things that happened last month is that my cycle got completely messed up. Like, I'm talking like my period was back to its old weird ways where like it came and left and came and left. I had my period like every other week this month so far, which is not good. That's not fun at all. Nobody wants that. But I'm realizing how big of a deal it is to not take your vitamins and to not get proper nutrition in, because it really can mess up things in your body that you don't even think about. So my doctor and I did also discuss me getting an IUD, because on top of me not taking my vitamins when I was sick, on top of me not eating well when I was sick, I was also missing a lot of birth control that month just because I was sick, and Ryan was sick, and Chad was sick, and we were all sick. So I just had a lot going on, and remembering to take my birth control was like the last thing on the list. So I had missed so many pills, and that caused this month to be insane with me just having a lot of breakthrough bleeding and like it was not fun. So we discussed me switching birth control and getting off the pill and getting onto the IUD, because the IUD is not something that I'm going to have to remember to take every day. So we think that's going to do a lot better, and I definitely agree with that. So I'll be trying an IUD, and I'll let you know how that goes once I get that. And then the next thing is an update. I think I mentioned this before as well, but my clothing size from month 1 to month 12. When I started this journey, I was a size 18-20, and now I am a size 6. And then in letter sizes, I was a size 2XL, and now I'm a size small, sometimes a medium. So that also is a dramatic change. I didn't think I was gonna get this small. In my mind, I thought I was gonna get to like a size large and a number size 10. And I would have been comfortable at that size. I think I look good at that weight, but I also really like how I look at the size 6. So I don't know. I'm happy where I am, and I told you guys that I'm in maintenance mode. So I think that's a perfect segue to now go in to show you what I weigh now. Let's go. So as you can see, 158 pounds. I have not lost a pound. I have not gained a pound. I think my concept of what maintenance mode needs to look like is working, because I'm not losing weight or gaining weight, and that is extremely intentional. I want to maintain myself at this weight. This is where I feel happy. I do want to tone my body up. So I showed you so with my stomach, I want my stomach to get more tone, try to tone up my legs, try to do as much toning as I can before I have any plastics. So with that, there might be a little bit of weight loss and maybe even a little bit of weight gain with muscle, but I don't really stress about the number that much. And even with working out, I still haven't gained or lost any weight at all. So I'm definitely in maintenance mode, and I'm maintaining well, for now. And hopefully I will continue to maintain my weight, just as well. Honestly, like, I've spent a lot of time looking back on my journey, even just me sitting here showing you that I'm 158 pounds. Like, honestly, I never thought that I was gonna get to this point. I never in a million years thought that I would be able to achieve this goal. For me, weight loss has been a thing. Before this year started, weight loss has always been this thing that like just kind of felt like a dream to me. I had gotten to a place where I was just so remarkably insecure about my body, to a place where like I really truly hated myself. Like, I had got to a point where I genuinely hated myself, and I talked so negatively about myself on a daily basis. And I'm ashamed to say that, because I wish I could go back and just give myself a hug and tell myself that I am beautiful. I was always beautiful regardless of size, but I really didn't see it back then. So I tried everything. I took diet pills. I did my camera literally dies while I'm like mid tears, but like I tried everything and nothing was working. things were working, but I couldn't keep weight off. And with every failed diet, I just got more and more sad and just got more and more introverted. And I thought I was a bigger introvert than I was. In reality, I just didn't want people to see me. I haven't been a bigger girl my whole life. I had points in my life where I was pretty thin, and seeing how much weight I had gained made me embarrassed, made me feel bad about myself. And literally, I was my own worst enemy. I was my biggest enemy, constantly blocking my own blessings, constantly speaking negatively about myself. And so much of that has changed in just the way that I think about myself, in the way that I look at myself, in the way that I present myself to the world, the confidence that I have now. And oh my God, I'm gonna cry again. But the confidence that I have now is worth every single bit of stress that this journey has put me through, because Lord knows this was not an easy journey by any means. I had to work damn hard to get to where I am now. And I feel like a lot of the times on the outside, it looks really easy. Like, oh, cool, you just eat small portions and you're good. It's not. It's a lot of dedication. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of stress, a lot of pain, a lot of tears, a lot of everything to be successful in this journey. But I knew what I wanted for myself, and I never let up. And at this point, I just feel so proud of myself. I have never worked this hard at anything in my life outside of being a mom. I have never worked this hard at anything with no goal other than just improving myself. I've never worked this hard. So the biggest takeaway from the end of this year-long journey is I'm just so proud of myself. And I'm so grateful to be here. I'm grateful to have a platform of people who care about my journey and who I'm able to help through their journey. I don't think you guys understand how good that feels. To not only feel supported in my journey, but to also feel like I'm helping people in their journey and making this process easier for other people. The love and support you guys give. I went live the other day and there was just so much love and support in there. I just really want to say I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and I appreciate me for being here and doing this and standing up for myself and doing what I needed to do to better my life, regardless of what anybody thinks about it. Because there are always going to be people who think, well, you didn't need to do it that way. You could have just went to the gym. But I don't care. I don't care, and I never cared. And I'm happy that I never cared, because I'm happy that I never let the opinions of people who don't know what's best for me impact my decision. And what I hope I'm able to motivate you guys to do is to make decisions for yourself based off what you know is best for you, and not to make decisions based off of what other people think, because those other people are not crying with you at night when you're down about yourself. Those people have never lived a day in your body to fully understand what you've experienced, so their opinion on what's best for you is simply invalid. And either they need to be educated or they need to leave it alone and drop it. But either way, always do what is best for you. And if that means VSG or bariatric surgery or whatever, then do it. If that means finding a diet that works for you, then do it. But regardless, life is too short to live unhappy and to constantly be sad and down about yourself. We only have one life, so we need to live this one to our fullest and as best as we possibly can. All right, so I'm a mess, but regardless, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for being here with me on this year-long journey. And the journey's not ending. It's only just begun. So I hope you decide to stick around with me as I continue on this journey to loving myself and finding myself and figuring out this new life with this sleeve. This is only the beginning. So I'd love for you to continue on this journey with me. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.
Where in the world is Karen San Diego? From BK to Belly, it's anywhere she say so. She changing your life, can see it straight through her eyes.